Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Bald Man Building an Airplane. This week, we continue work, or rather, we begin work on the actual Section 32, which is the baggage or cargo area flooring. What we're doing here is preparing some plastic inserts for the flap actuation mechanism to go through. Now, here's the thing about these pieces. You can see right there on the bench, they're rectangles. But the plans call out some very, very specific cuts to these pieces. Very specific dimensions for these pieces, and so we're going to cut them down, and they don't cut very easily. It's okay. You gotta sort of give it a little time. But the plans want them in these like sort of oval-ish shapes. I don't know. I'll put a picture of it up here from the plans, and you can see one on the bench that's like that. Thing is, it doesn't matter. When it's installed, they don't take up the space. There's nothing that intersects with them in that space. There's no reason for them to be shaped like that. Other than the only thing I can think of is it's like part of the 51% rule that you have to do this type of that this is an operation that vans would call out. Although these are probably done on a quick build fuselage. I don't know. Maybe they're not. I'd have to look at the instructions of that. The outer ones, yes, absolutely. The one that I'm installing right here on the screen, that absolutely does need to be shaped appropriately for the space, because it like sort of slots into a little, insert in the skin area. And so what you do is you install these with the rudder cables going over top of them, and you don't torque them down because it's plastic. You got to be gentle with it. And then you put the flap brackets, the flap torque tubes in there, and then once those are in, you put the flap actuation mechanism in there. So you can actuate the flaps. That will be done probably a little bit later on, because we got to do we got to set up a jig and do some drilling on setting up the angles and whatnot, so that way the flaps can be actuated appropriately. So instead of finishing that out, we're going to move on to creating the seat back brackets. Yes, the seat back brackets go on the floor of the cargo or whatever area, baggage area. It's amazing how much is not there in a small plane. Yes, your butt sits on the floor. It doesn't seem like it sits on the floor, but it seems like it sits on a seat. And yeah, it does, but the seat is just on the baggage floor. It's raised up a little bit from the actual floor of the airplane. But yeah, it's a shared surface. There's nothing crazy. Everything is very simple. So what these are is they're just piano hinges that you match drill into position, so that way when you install the seat back, as you can see there are three of them. There's a forward, a mid, and an aft. You can adjust where the seat, how far forward the seat is, by adjusting, by taking the seat back out and putting it back in. So then that allows the seat back to move forward or aft. All right. So I tried something new right there with the squeezer, putting it in the vise to easily squeeze to easily dimple the skin. I didn't like it. I'll just hold the damn thing. It doesn't hurt my arms and hands that much. I'll just hold it. So you got to dimple some of these and not dimple others, because there will be nut plates attached, and there will be, certain places where there's going to be another skin that goes on top to sort of cover the tunnel where the control routes go underneath and all that. But yeah, there's a lot of little call outs on these floor skins that have to be accommodated before you can get them together. So that's it for this one, I think. I'm going to put some nut plates in, and then in the next video we'll probably get back to actually probably be installing these. So it's a lot of pop rivets. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again next time.